Friends, hello and welcome back to the newest episode of making one trade and trying to turn a team into a Super Bowl winner. Today we are down to the Buffalo Bills. Real quickly, we'll take a peek at this team. A team that has been killing it in the actual NFL right now. We'll see what they're doing with Josh Allen. Right now, the 82 overall. Wasn't sure if they gave him a little bit more of an upgrade. He's been killing it up until last night where I think they lost, right? Pretty sure they lost. I'm pretty sure Tennessee romped all over him, but up until then, they was playing pretty well. Weird to play on a Tuesday night, but here we go. Cole Beasley over that wide. I didn't realize Beasley was an 84 overall in this game. Good for him. Sheffron Diggs, a.k.a. Stephon, 93, 90, 82 for Brown over there. So a really solid offense. And Singletary's even in 83 at the running back position. TJ Yeldon is ahead of Zach Moss there. Surprised by that. I didn't know how they would treat that one. But by the looks of it, I mean, sure, they could use a tight end. Maybe they could use a right tackle if they desperately needed one. But for the most part, this is a pretty solid Bills team. I imagine the defense is solid as well. Yeah, the CB position over here. Tre'Davious White and then Josh Norman. Poor Josh Norman. Remember when this guy was the top or at the top of the league? Down to that 77 overall now is Josh Norman. How old is he? 32. That would do. I didn't realize he must have came in late, didn't he? I wouldn't say late, but I mean, he came to stardom late, like 3-4 years in. Because he's 32 now. We're looking at a left end. Definitely need a defensive tackle, it looks like, here with this team. That might be a position there of big need. A defensive tackle and a left outside linebacker. The rest of this defense is filthy over here. It's hard to believe it's only an 83 overall. The defensive tackle position, left outside linebacker position, two areas of need there. And as far as the offense is concerned, I really feel like this is a deep team. Maybe you look at a tight end. I mean, that's always an option as well there. But I don't even know if we need that. Maybe a right tackle that could help this offensive line. And then we're looking at defensive tackle and left outside linebacker. I'd say left outside linebacker and defensive tackle, definitely the two biggest needs here for this team. So let's see what we can find in the old trade center here. A team that's got a defensive tackle, preferably one. Hang on a second. Manual trade, upgrade position. I'd like to upgrade a position. Now, can we see that? Defensive tackle. Yeah, will this bring everything up we're looking for? Well, no, it's not the answer we was looking for here. Goldman, 26 years old, 12 sacks, 7 mil on a cap hit. That'd be a solid player. But we want to have a player that is not, star potential is going to cost us a little bit. That's the problem. We do have some star potential players on this team as well, if I'm mistaken, that maybe we can move. Maybe we take a look at that as well there. Let's real quickly actually see what we have as far as trade value is concerned here. As far as guys that we could potentially move real quickly, we didn't really take a peek at that. As far as the offense is concerned, it looks like there is Andre Roberts. What is he doing cleared on there at the star potential? 70 overall. How old is he these days? 32. That'll do it. Superstar, I should say. I can't believe he had a superstar potential. I don't know. I don't imagine that gets traded for much. We could always trade Knox as well here. Dawson Knox 1 year in. He's the 73 overall tight end that we currently have, but he can hold some trade value, which is what we're worried about here. Or Morse. What is Morse doing down here? The center. 28 years. Oh, he's the backup. What am I looking at there? Hello. Welcome to Madden 21, buddy. Glad you made it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Other than that, I don't see much here. It looks like we have little trade value minus the picks. Other than that tight end, which is expected. Because, you can't be trading away your good players. And the good players obviously progressing there on the team right now for the most part. Most of them aren't younger with high potential, unfortunately, for this team. But back to the defensive tackle position. Here we go. In Chicago, 84. We'll keep that in mind. I like that idea. It's not bad. Bengals defensive tackle. Geno Atkins might be a good one because he's on the books to be done. And that might be a team that, or a player the team might be ready to get rid of right there. The problem is that cap is ginormous. And I know they ain't got no offensive line. I'm a Bengals fan. I tell you right now, there ain't nobody on that offensive line you want. Let me tell you what. That's not going to happen. Nah, not a chance. I figured maybe Madden was feeling, a little bit of pity. It's like, yeah, we'll give one of them a high overall. Nah, it's not happening. But they do have some linebacker work, I think. That's the thing, right? Left outside linebacker in Bynes, right outside linebacker in Gaither. So it would be Bynes that the Bengals would be having to deal with us. And I don't know if we have that position there. We'll take a look. The problem is if we go defensive tackle like that, and I think it'd be a good idea, is again, you don't want to, you're swinging just for one position. And Sheldon Richardson, another guy getting paid lofty money right now. Ooh, Sheldon, why you gotta be getting paid so much right now? What is up with that, pal? Let's take a look at the linebacking corps here for the Browns. Nope. And nope. Not a big fan there. The Brownies will go to defensive tackle. for the, hang on a second, let's just scroll back here in an hour. There we go. Now you're 25, not going to work. 32, not going to work. 31 in Joseph. Now, Joseph could work. And a nice friendly deal he's on right now, too. 31 years young. I can make Joseph work. Do you have an outside linebacker for us by any chance? X-Bango, Nick Vigil. Tranquil is the other end there. I don't know if that's going to work either for us. Let's keep going. We'll keep going. There's got to be a team with an older defensive tackle. They'd be willing to wheel and deal. Chris Jones. Good joke there. DeForest Buckner is not going to happen. You're not going to happen. You're not going to happen. Fletcher Cox, would love for that to happen, but they'd laugh at us on that one. Falcons, Grady Jarrett, same story. They would definitely laugh at us on that one. That's not going to work. 81, Dalvin Tomlinson. This might work. What's his potential? Dang it, he's got star. We're still going to look into it for the Giants here. Giants, star, what else can they possibly have? An outside linebacker and Marcus Golden. Yeah, let's talk here. Let's talk Giants. Of all teams, we're going to the New York Football Giants for some players. And as far as the tackle is concerned, they don't have one of those. Kevin Zeitler, stud. Ex-Bengal. I'll tell you what, the Bengals' offensive line wouldn't be that bad if they just kept their players that were good. You know, Zeitler's gone. Whitworth is gone. That's not a big deal. Who needs an offensive line? Ask Joey B. He only gets hit like 15 times a game. Not a big deal. It's actually a really big deal. I'm concerned. I'm a very concerned Bengals fan. Please be nice to the Joey B teams. All right, so that's good. Select trade type, player, graphic. I should have just went through the other screen. This is complicated. This is the same thing. Yeah, we'll go second. I guess feel about that. Draw it up, baby. A second and a third. I want to see where we're at because I feel like we can make a pretty big trade here. I don't know how much these guys are going to hold as far as trade value. We're going to third. If what happened? The trade would put your team over the salary cap if accepted. Well, that's no fun. We'd be over by $4 million. All right, who wants to shed some cap space for the boys? Anybody? Jones? No. We ain't going to go there. No. Wide receiver, Beasley, Brown. I feel like, what's his face is getting paid good money. Roberts, $1.4 million. Not getting paid enough money, though. Tight end, Lee Smith is getting paid $3.25. Tyler Kroft, what are you doing here? Here, have Tyler Kroft. Enjoy Tyler Kroft. The trade would put your team over the salary cap if accepted. Okay, so what was the point of even saying that was $5 million cap hit if it was only going to take $500K off the books? Thank you, Madden. I appreciate the logic on that one there. What about Lee Smith? Still an issue. So what our problem is going to be is staying under the cap. Even with these players, we have some cap problems. Okay, here we go. What about this guy right here, Neseki? He seems to be a guy that would love to be traded. Let's make sure he ain't playing left tackle real quickly. He is not. Dawkins is playing left tackle. So you can leave. How would you like to be voted off the island? Send it. How's the trade look? Not even close. Didn't expect it to be. Dang, you are still over right there. I was hoping to get rid of that player to be good. They ain't having any of it, though. Maybe they let us send it anyway. Let's take a look. Nah, they won't. So we're going to throw on a bigger pick here to make this trade work. And again, it's not a flashy trade here for these Buffalo Bills. And I can't believe they have no... Where's all their money going? Who in the heck are they paying? Because it ain't Josh Allen. They're going to have to clear up some space. They ain't paying the running back. It must be in that defense. It ain't you. It is you and Micah Hyde, respectably so, though. White, same story, deserves to be paid. Norman, a little bit of an overpayment at his age now. Not really. Still $5 million is respectable. Outside linebacker, no. Middle linebacker getting paid $3.45. So that's another problem. The problem is we can only make one trade. We can only put so many guys on the books onto this trade. And we're going to have a problem because of that. Oliver. Okay, Jefferson, 6. What are these guys doing? Jefferson, Butler, $7 million a year. Pardon me, Buffalo. I was wondering where they want Butler too. They said send him on over. We'd have 10K in cap room. He must be on injury reserve or something. Somehow not taking much off the cap right now. How you feel about that in New York? You like the players we're sending you? They don't like them enough apparently. So let's try the other defensive tackle here in Jefferson. Jefferson, are you playing? Come on, Jefferson. Yeah, that's going to open up some cap there. That's good. Not a lot still. What if we drop you? Oh, why? This is going to be a problem. Why are these guys not hitting the cap enough? Okay, so we're going to find some... $9 million? Pardon me. They love paying that defensive line. Hey, it's what you got to do. You got to pay that defense to stick around. I respect it. Tough. So we have to somehow find cheap players to get for this team. I don't know if that's going to work out for us too well right now, if I'm being completely frank. 86 overall, Miles Jack. Yeah, right, like he comes to play for us. That would be the day. How about the Jets? Nobody. Collins, Jamie type. What's his salary looking like? I don't know if they have a defensive tackle for us, though. That's going to leave some cap space. The problem is, the problem we're running into is we want to run into a defensive tackle with a contract that's cheap, but most of the older guys don't have cheap contracts. Danny Shelton could work. Yeah, there's a guy. Low potential as well. How do you guys feel about that to the, whatever your team is, the Lions? We're going to add another player. Everybody wants their old guy with the high cap hit, though. Let me tell you what, they are a big fan of that. We want to see if you guys have a left tackle here. A left tackle 76. Friendly. Oh, yeah, we're going to try to upgrade it. We don't need it, but we're going to send it just to see how they're feeling over here in Detroit. We're going to send some feelers out. There's no way they're accepting that. Not a chance, but it seemed funny. They probably laughed at us when they seen that trade offer. We have the cap space, though, and that's what's nice about it. So we'll add the first, or not. Okay, sick. We're in that Madden glitch, which clearly has not been fixed, though, because we still can't. Yep, A button's not working. All right, we'll redraw up the trade and come right back. All right, still not close. Not close even sending the first round draft pick. Understandably so. We tried to get a little greedy. I'm be honest. When we try to throw in that extra, we go 2 first. Buffalo says send him over. 2 first. We're still not anywhere close. All right, we'll drop Decker. I thought Decker was going to be the problem. What if we go 1 first for Collins and Shelton? Closer. All right, so yeah, so they really like Decker over there. Understandably so, again, because he's got that star potential. He holds a little bit more trade value there because of it. Granted, he is, well, yeah, he's 26 too, so he's not that old either. What about the right tackle position? They got nothing. Yeah, we're going to be forced to make that move, I think, here, where we go ahead and just send the first and Jefferson. They like the first and Jefferson, so we can make that work if we throw on probably a second. First Jefferson for Shelton and Collins. Close, but no cigar. So the first round pick it is. It's not like it's, not our money. It's the house's money here we're playing with. Sorry, Buffalo. We're sending your first 2 picks around for the next 2 seasons. That is what? How did the meter not even move? Madden, your trade logic does not make sense. On a scale of 1, it does not make sense. You would be over the does not make sense meter. Added a first, and they would rather, look at this. They would rather this year's second. That's no joke. That doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. We'd have no cap room, but it says we have a little space, so maybe we can send the second and the first instead of cap space. Is this going to be a thing with an actually 0 on the cap room on a dot? How crazy would that be? Oh, okay. So they really wanted... No. They really wanted... You're kidding. This trade thing is amazing. This is great. The Quentin Jefferson, the 27-year-old, 72 overall, carrying a $6.91 million cap hit, holds more trade value than a first and second round pick. Interesting. That is an interesting, to say the very least. How about that? Okay, so we're having a serious predicament here because we really want to send the first in Jefferson, and they're not going to take that. How are we that close? How are we that close, Detroit, and you don't want to send it? I guess we can try Dawson Knox. We did say we had trade value in Dawson Knox. Would that be a guy they'd be interested in? No, they have 0 interest in him. We're going to send it anyway. Here you go, Detroit. Nah, that meter actually went lower there with Dawson Knox. It was like, younger guy, cheaper contract? Nah, we ain't about that life. That ain't gonna happen. No. Somebody with some trade value somewhere around here. Ford, Cody type. Do you have any trade value? He does not. We're gonna put you on here. No, we're not. Why is this has to be a bug that should be fixed? Okay, we're gonna redraw the trade up again. All right, the Lions clearly don't want to play ball. We're closer with a second round pick this year than we are with the first round pick next year. So I'm not sure I understand the trade mechanic in this game, clearly. Because, if I said, hey, you want a first round pick next year or second this year, I think I'd probably take the first round pick over the second. But anyway, we're going back to the Giants. No cap space. How do we have 1.03? We're going 2 defensive tackles. We're just sending everybody the defensive tackles. That's what everybody wants. We're going to go back for Golden and Tomlinson. We'd be over the cap still. So we're going to we'll add 1 more in there. We'll add on 1 more defensive tackle. You guys want the position so badly. We'll send you 3 of them. And you're going to accept their trade, and you're going to like it. I hope. Please. I'd appreciate it. So Jefferson, you, and Lutalele. That was a guy that was good back in the day, too. No wonder he's getting paid. Butler, the whole 9 yards. This trade to put your team over the salary. How? All right. That's not going to work. So we're going to find a player that can help squeeze some cap out here for us. And those guys ain't the only ones that can do it. We'll go left end. I don't know if I want to go that direction or not. That's a bad idea. There's some cap space right there we could move around, but we're not going to. I think we can do it then. We can't. Game froze again. Okay, every time we try to make more than like one trade, the game freezes where you just can't hit a button and hit A. Sweet. All right, we're swinging and missing here. We're going to try one more team. One more team, and otherwise we're going to be forced to just trade for one player. This cap's kind of killing us. The neediness of teams is kind of killing us as well here. So we're going to go... Oh my goodness. Okay, let me redraw the trade again because the A button says we ain't going to work this one out. All right, here we go again. Honest question. Do you think when Madden sent out that message early in the year when it was like, yeah, we've been listening to you guys' feedback on franchise mode. We know it needs improved. We're going to continue to work on it. But what they meant was like, we're going to continue to work on it in like, I don't know, 10 years or so or something. Because I feel like this is a patch that should have probably came out. Anyway, Jonathan Hankins and Corey Littleton. Not exactly what we're looking for, to be completely honest. It's a little lower on the overall side. But we're trying to make something work where we can get 2 players. And it's just too expensive. Nobody's willing to do it. Nobody at all is willing to bite on this at all. And that is killer. So I guess we'll look at defensive tackle. That might be the answer. Do we go defensive tackle? Was that who we wanted? Shelton? Or what did they have out here? Left outside linebacker? I like Jamie Collins better, I think, here. If I'm being honest. Yeah, Jamie Collins was easier to trade for. The 83. And that's all we're going to really get, though. See, that's tough. I like to think we could have got more than just one player. But I think we're going to have to settle for him. Unless they're willing to send Taylor Decker with them. And I don't imagine they are. That's going to give us the cap space. We're going to send those boats for a good time. Not even close as expected. We'll drop you. We're just going for Collins. We're going to make sure the cap's there. Here's a couple firsts for Jamie Collins or Jonathan Collins. Trade accepted. Oof. Oof. Imagine giving up 2 first-round draft picks. Sorry, Jonathan. But for Jonathan Collins. Is it Jonathan or Jamie? I think I got my names mixed up now. Jamie sounds like the proper guy here. But, oh, man. Are you kidding me? 2 firsts for Jamie Collins. This guy better put out. He better go out and kill it this year. Because that was our one addition. We believed in Josh Allen at QB. We believed the wide receivers. We're believing in his offensive line because we kind of have to. 1 player, 2 firsts. They have made it difficult to trade in this game. We're going to set up to the mid-season mark, though. See where this team's at. All right, here we are. 4-4. Tough stretch. Week 9. I always love how they cancel the trade deadline when you get to the mid-season mark. Always think you can go a little bit farther. But nonetheless, a 4-4 team and a 5-2 division. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We'll see how this team can do it. So, I definitely want to, again, we brought it up. It was tough to trade. Making a trade in this game, not something easy. Especially if you can only add 3 pieces in it. That's probably the real tough part. You can't add more than 3 pieces in the trade. Maybe it'd be easier if you could add another first or second. I mean, that's still a ridiculous amount to pay. But nonetheless, team started out 3-2. Dropped to the Rams. Lost to the Jets. You can't lose to the Jets by 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry. That was a big problem. 3 touchdowns. 3 possession game there. That's a big oof. The Chiefs, you're allowed to lose to them. That's acceptable. Beat the Jets second time around. Lost to the Patriots. So, the rest of the schedule, Cardinals, Seahawks, man, it is a gauntlet. They got to play that AFC West. That's going to be a tough sled for them. But they got the Broncos. They got the Dolphins. We'll see. We'll see what this team can do. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle it. They started 4-4. They needed that hot start, I think. I think they needed to be 5-3 or they needed to be 6-2 if they wanted to make postseason here. And that might be the difference maker here for these guys going into the final stretch of the season. Now, there's no trade deadline. I think the second half typically sims up a little bit quicker here. Maybe we'll see. We're at week 10 right now. Here we are. The team doesn't look like they made playoffs. Doesn't look good. Beat the Dolphins to end it. How'd the season look? Oh my. Oh my. 5-11. These Bills. I thought we had a solid team on paper. A really solid Buffalo Bills team on paper. And I thought this is the worst turnout we've had yet of the videos we've done with the making the one trade. The Bills were the least successful one. Was it because we went after just one player and it was defense? I don't know. We struggled though. The defense was bad too. 445 points a lot. It should not have been that bad. I thought we had a solid defense on paper. Again, we needed to make that double trade, and we couldn't get any teams to bite on it. They really wouldn't take a first-round draft pick for those players. I was kind of surprised by that. Josh Allen had 15 INTs. That was also a bit of the problem there. Can't throw that many interceptions. 31 TDs was solid. 4,000 pass yards. Again, solid. Run game was struggling. Maybe we should have considered a running back. I wonder what the price is for those. Devin Singletary at 3.6 yards per carry, though, is not very sparkly there, to say the very least. The receiving game, Cole Beasley killed it, 1,200 yards. Stephon Diggs, 800 there as well. The blocking we are not concerned about. We're worried about the defense, though. How did these boys look up here up front? I would like to see Trent Murphy, 8.5. 8 out of Hughes. Ed Oliver, 4.5. Epinesa, 2.5. I pronounced your name probably wrong. Jordavius Norman. Collins. How did Collins do? That's what we wanted to see. 1 sack for the outside linebacker. 3 tackle for losses. Could have had a better season. No questions about that. 44 tackles as well. Could have been better. Could have been better. I think that was that the worst out of our linebackers? Let's take a look here. Linebacker, middle linebacker. Nice. Yeah, Phillips. No, Phillips had no tackles. What are you looking at there? Yeah, Milano had 111. So he was definitely, his presence wasn't as known as I would have liked it to be for Jamie Collins. He didn't fit here well. He struggled. And the defense may have been, part of him struggling. And we paid 2 first-round draft picks for that. And I tell you what, the receiving end of that trade was loving it. Nonetheless, this team couldn't quite make playoffs, let alone win the Super Bowl. As for this video, though, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.